Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching The Peppered Stewart Show.
What is happening? Let's do this. Zeke said it. He was at the NFR when he did that, when he's talking about stuff. And the NFR is happening right now again. It did not happen tonight like it was supposed to because somebody decided to play shoot 'em up in Las Vegas. So they're taking a day to figure out what's going on. I'm sure everybody knows all that by now. So they're going to redo a round, I believe, on Wednesday during the day. So if you have a ticket for night number 1, you go on another day, or are they going to do night number 1 and that's going to be number 5? I don't know. Google is your friend. Figure it out. It will tell you. But that's what happened. So everybody that's going to be looking for round 1 of the National Finals Rodeo tonight is not going to find it. So we're going to know who's watching TV and who's not when they're all complaining on the internet. That's what they do. They're going to complain on the internet. Well, I can't find it. Where's that? Other than that, we got more stuff. Stuff happened here in DFW. Got some events coming up that's going to be going on. I told you a while back about my trip to Cisco, Texas to check out the very first Hilton Hotel. We're going to throw that in your face. Somebody stole some stuff. We'll get that to you. Crazy stuff on Netflix and Max that we've been watching. We'll get into that. We've got plenty of randomness over here with Randy for you today. And before we get any further, right down the road in Arlington, Texas, the American Rodeo is going to be here after the first of the year. So spend 2 days in Arlington checking out this.
The American Western Weekend. 2 nights of Western sports and live entertainment. Deep in the heart of Texas. March 8th and 9th, Globe Life Field. Friday night, the American Performance Horsemen with a concert by Luke Bryan. Saturday night, the American Rodeo. Witness the thrill of non-stop rodeo action. Music headliner to be revealed. The American Western Weekend. March 8th and 9th. On sale December 6th at AmericanRodeo.com.
So did you catch that, where it said music headliner to be announced later? They announced Luke Bryan.
But he's not the headliner.
He's going to be singing there.
Somebody bigger.
So somebody bigger than that. I think, isn't he stuck in Vegas somewhere doing a residency or something?
I know George Strait is, or he is next year.
Somebody. Yeah. So Randy's here. What happened? Where have you been? What'd you do? What is going on?
You know, I've been trying to look at what's going out in the world, and I'm just getting a whole lot of animal stories. I don't know what's going on, but it's just animal stories everywhere.
There is lots of animals in the world out there.
I don't even know where to get started. I do want to mention one I saw, and maybe this is old news, but it was new to me. I know that cows, just like any other animal, they form bonds and they have emotions, but they have best friends.
Yes.
Not just companionship from the group in general. They have the one best friend, or maybe the one that they like the least. That was kind of interesting, I thought.
And that's cows. You know, just like other animals, they're the same. They've got, like you said, they got their buddies, and you can tell we move them around different places, and you can tell which ones. You'll see them out there. You know, these main two will hang out together. You got these here that hang out together, and they got their friends, and they like to sit out and hang out and chew their cud.
Yeah, the study says they have what they call complex relationships. So it's a little bit more complicated than I thought with them. That's pretty sweet.
It does happen. It happens out there. What do we want to get into first? Man, I got so much crazy stuff. I guess we need to knock this out before we go on down. The Careity celebrity cutting event.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Took place on Friday night. It was a good show. It was a good show. Some of the people that were lined up to be there, of course, didn't make it, which that happens. You know, when you have these big events and things, and some people can't make it, and some, and the only thing here's what I noticed. So don't shoot the messenger. Okay, so a couple of the people that were supposed to be in Fort Worth, which this event is scheduled every year, It's the same weekend or the same Friday. It's the first Friday in December. First Friday of December every year is when it happens, because that's during the National Cutting Horse Association yearly event there in Fort Worth. So they know when it's going to be. And a couple of the folks that were going to be there, which I'd like to have had the opportunity to talk to, they were from the Bass Reef Show, were not there. So the next day on the interweb net, on Instagram, I see these posts. So these people that were not there is because they were hanging with Oprah.
Okay, well, I can't say I blame them.
So they were doing some kind of TV thing with Oprah somewhere, and I was like, what do y'all do? Y'all knew y'all were going to be here. What happened? So, yeah, they were going off over there. So it's one of them deals. Every year there's always a good star-studded cast that shows up for this event, and I think they do kind of overbook it like that just because they know with filming and coffee and everything else that something may come up and they can't make it. So, they're not always there. But we're going to give you guys a sneak peek. None of this has been released to the public yet. Nothing. No photos, no videos, no nothing. It's been kept under lock and key. It'll probably not get released until next week or two once the Careity Foundation starts releasing it. But what I'm going to do is give you guys a sneak peek of Eric and Sainty Nelson when I visited with them before the event, and show you a little bit of Eric cutting and a little sneak peek. But be sure and check out Careity Foundation. Look at their social medias. They're going to have some stuff popping up probably another week or so. But here's a little teaser for you.
I mean, it's such an incredible organization. We're just honored to be a part of it in any way, let alone getting to be, competing in it, which is going to be so much fun. But Lynn and Beverly do such a wonderful job, and they've become family to me at this point. And so hope we raise a lot of money tonight for an amazing cause, and that's what it's all about.
Yes, well, I do children's shows. So I'm on like Gabby's Dollhouse, Trolls, Boss Baby, Loud House, all the kids' shows. So now I just got the Mitzi Riley Award from the Cowgirl Hall of Fame and got a belt buckle, and Eric won last year. So now we're competing with belt buckles. Who has the most? So hopefully I want him to get a belt buckle tonight, to win, but I don't know. I got to keep him on his toes. Next year maybe I'll compete.
That is him right there, Eric Nelson. Check him out. He is also the spokesperson for Bucking Bull Bourbon out of Fort Worth. Talk to them a little bit. We may have something coming up with that. I don't know. Okay. So check that out. But yeah, that's always a good event every year. Raising money for a good cause. They help out cancer patients because they don't. You have different organizations out there that do different things, but theirs is a little bit different because they don't just somebody comes in and is like, hey, I'm diagnosed with cancer, give me some money. They don't do that. They help with direct care, direct things. If something's going on, oh man, my lot bill or my whatever this, they take care of that stuff directly. They don't give you don't get anything, but they take care of the needs and things of these people while they're in their cancer battles, whether it's getting to appointments or to doctors and getting them meals, whatever they're hands on with that stuff. So it's a good organization to check it out and catch that event every year.
It sounds like they take away some stress from those patients.
Yeah. Yes, and they also do. They also have free screenings. They have a traveling mammogram screening that they can do. You can sign up and go get some scans. You can get canned scans, as they say. Well, what do you got?
Let's see. I don't know where you want to go. So you mentioned yearly events.
Yes.
This one's not quite a yearly event, but I promise I'll tie it into one at the end.
Okay.
There is a new world record for a number of pubs in 24 hours. So 2 Australian men put together their own pub crawl.
Okay.
They went to 99. They were hoping for 100, but there were some counting errors. I'm sure somewhere in the 70th bar they kind of lost count. There would have been more, but there were some places that wouldn't allow them to record inside, and they kind of needed that for the world record. So they made it to 99 in 24 hours.
Were they singing every time they went? Did they?
Yeah.
One beer on the wall here. Next, one beer, two. So did they drink at every bar? Because
I believe so. I think that was required. They did give a comment that they did have to watch their sobriety just because of some of the laws. They couldn't go in too intoxicated. Yeah. So I guess they had to plan it out. I'm sure they couldn't have completed a drink.
It's got to be something where it had to be something. Maybe they went in, took a couple sips of a beer, like okay,
left it.
Let's go to the next one. A couple sips here, go to the next one. Because if they were drinking one beer, that's 99 beers in 24 hours.
So this is where I was tying it in. There's a local event.
Okay.
If you're watching this live Saturday, there is an event. We're not associated with it. I just happened to stumble across it on Facebook. No pun intended. There is an ugly sweater and onesie pub crawl going on in Fort Worth this weekend. That looks kind of interesting.
Huh.
Search Facebook. You can find that. Check it out.
Yeah. Put your onesie on and go. We've got some of those. I don't know where we got them from, but we've got a bunch of those. I think some are donkeys and some are cows, and
I've got one that's elf themed.
Yeah, we had. I don't know. We wore them at. We had Christmas deal one time, and everybody was wearing those things. So I was like, this is not bad. Wear that sucker around. Fort Worth. Do we have? I think we have a clip of that over there for the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Is coming up. I believe tickets went on sale today for the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. It runs January through February. And Fort Worth, as you said, in Fort Worth. So you can get tickets now to go check that out. There's tons of concerts. They're announcing who's playing and stuff, and there's a lot of events going on there. You can go help watch the kids, doing showing their livestock and stuff, and helping them out. There's going to be tons of shopping. You can go buy stuff, and check this out.
Saddle up, Fort Worth. It's time to ride. Here we go. Come on. Whoa. The Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. This thing is legendary.
What? Check it out. Get your tickets. Fort Worth Stock Show Rodeo. I may or may not go ride in that parade again. I went last year and rode with some folks. It was a pretty good time. The weather was nice, and may do that again. I don't know. But when I did go, it was kind of cool. It was nice and cool because it's in January and they have the stock show parade. It's nice and cool outside, so when you get out there, you just want to kind of warm up and get a little cup of coffee, to get some coffee in you. And you've got to be careful which coffee you get because, they may look similar, they may not.
I don't drink coffee, so they're all the same to me, so I'll take your word for it. But I understand they can have a different branding.
Of course, they could. And say if you were someone who had your own brand of coffee, and then someone else had a brand of coffee, and someone else had a commercial making fun of both of you, that's what would happen. So here's what's going on. Here's a big coffee controversy. Say that 3 times real fast. That is happening right now. Okay, so Taylor Sheridan, the co-creator of Yellowstone and the owner of the Bosque Ranch out in Weatherford, which is a nice place. Been out there a few times for their Brazos Bash cutting events, and we filmed some Yellowstone 1883 out there as well. It's a nice place. So Yellowstone has got its own branding where they kind of started out with T-shirts and hoodies and stuff, and then they branched off into cooking flavors, like seasoning for if you're cooking steaks. Like, hey, we got steaks because they got because he also owns the 4.6s. He bought into the 4.6s, so they sell a lot of steaks. So they make the Yellowstone steak seasoning. So you got steak seasoning for your steaks, right? Get your 4.6 steaks, your Yellowstone steak seasoning, and they've got their Yellowstone coffee, which is all part of the Yellowstone brand, which is probably tied into a bunch of different people in the Yellowstone branding. So Taylor Sheridan of Bosque Ranches decides that, hey, I like coffee. I'll make my own coffee brand. So he does. So we released, I had to go back and see whenever I put the release out, and it was in June of 2023. I put the release out for his coffee because they partnered up with Community Coffee, is where you're going to buy it, but you're going to buy his brand of coffee from Community Coffee. So he did that. Fast forward 2 months later, 2 to 3 months later, Cole Hauser, who plays Rip on Yellowstone, him and 3 buddies take over Longhorn Coffee out of San Angelo. It's originally called Longhorn Coffee. So they take it over, and they call it Free Reign Coffee. And that's been going on for a while. Well, now all of a sudden, Taylor Sheridan has had time to slow down, take a break, since Yellowstone's not filming. The second half of season 5 is not going to air until November of next year, in case you're wondering. Hope I didn't break nobody's hearts here with that.
Oh.
But he's like, wait a minute. Your Free Reign logo looks like my Bosque Ranch logo. So there you go. So we're going to put it to you guys. So you got the Bosque Ranch logo on the left, the Free Reign Coffee logo on the right. Bosque Ranch was first, Free Reign was second. So in this lawsuit, it's like, hey, what are you copying me for? Do your own thing, man. So now it's a big lawsuit. So now the big uproar is, did he copy it? Did he not? And my thinking on this is, Taylor Sheridan grew up in Texas. He's been around cow stuff his whole life. So yeah, he made his brand however he did because he used to see stuff like that. Cole Hauser is not that guy. He's just a guy that plays a cowboy on TV. So he's not as familiar. He's gotten more familiar with stuff, but not as familiar with that stuff as, say, Taylor Sheridan is. So when it comes to branding and things like that, in his mind, that's probably all he knows. Oh, you just take 2 letters to get together, and that's what you do. And so did anyone think when they put that together, like, that looks similar to the other one? Or they just think, we'll just put a couple of dashes on the back of it on the F, and then no one will know the difference.
I mean, I definitely see a similarity there, whether that was intentional or not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was intentional, not trying to copy that specific logo, but just that style of the 2 letters overlapping and that kind of, I don't know the word I'm looking for that type of font. I do think it's pretty similar. I don't know if it's close enough for like a lawsuit and for them to have to stop using it though.
Right. So I don't know. I would just think, hey, guys, I see what you did. You got in your Free Reign Coffee. Also, if you guys, the Free Reign Coffee, I've reached out to you guys 2 or 3 times. Y'all blow me off every time. I'm going to tell you this. I've been looking at the photos and things you're using for your advertising. And if you need someone to do some better stuff, let me know. Because we've been shooting stuff the last couple of weeks. It's 10 times better than the crap you guys are putting out. So, Free Reign Coffee, coming for you. Or not. Or just call me back. Both times they blew me off. When they first came out, I was like, hey, let's, what's going on with this coffee? Let's talk about it and see what's going on and, what you're doing. Because they have some weird flavors. They got like pumpkin this and there's weird flavors. It's not cowboy coffee flavors, I'll tell you that. It's more of, I thought it'd be more of Austin. But anyway, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, I've reached out to them twice. Back when they came out, and then a couple days ago, I was like, hey, what's going on? You want to talk to us? And they blew me off both times. So.
Well, if they weren't interested before, then
they're not going to be now.
They're going to be now.
No way. But here's the catch. Here's the catch with this. They've still got to finish filming Yellowstone. They got to film. Cole Hauser, who's part of it. Now, Jake Ream, who is also on Yellowstone, Friday night at the celebrity cutting, Jake was there. He wasn't cutting, but he was there and he was helping with the cow stuff. Was wearing the Free Reign Coffee logo shirt. So when they resume filming in a couple of months to knock out the final half of season 5, how is that going to go over? So, amongst all this controversy, all this product pushing, there's another company out there that wants to jump in the middle of this. So we'll show you that.
And resetting.
No, they're too close, Annie. I don't need these two pumping heads.
Let's talk collabs.
What's a collab?
Collabs. All the big movies are doing them.
That sneaker?
Yep, with a spur.
How about this? That doesn't smell good. Foam on the range?
This is an oven scrub.
A what?
I don't know. Cowboy kimono. It's Maison Beauvier.
What's all this gold about?
They're grills. People love grills.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, I don't love it.
There's got to be something I actually like, you know? Like this coffee.
Introducing a partnership from Green Mountain Coffee Roasters and Kevin Costner.
Annie, I really don't want to hear that word collab anymore.
It's a collaboganza.
It's a ridiculous word.
So, there you go. So now, amongst all this mess with all the Yellowstone stuff and this Kevin Costner split and all that, he just jumps on with Green Mountain Coffee and just throws a wrench in the whole thing. Yeah.
I love ads when the celebrities start poking fun at themselves.
Yeah, and they do. And man, Kevin Costner is okay. He's a likable guy. I mean, he's friendly. He's there, enjoying what he's doing. He's having a good time. And the times I worked with him on Yellowstone, he was always nice. He just enjoys what he does. So I imagine he was having a field day filming that commercial. Just to poke the bear.
I'm sure there were a lot of laughs there.
Oh, but yeah, it was interesting for sure. So we got the coffee battle. Maybe we'll clip that out and post that somewhere later. See if that don't get us canceled. What else do you got in your craziness over there? What's in Randy's randomness?
Well, this one's less crazy and just another sweet one. There was a couple. They've recently been engaged, and I like little cute, either meet cute stories or how the proposal happened stories. And so they hunt together. It's a shared hobby that they both enjoy. Recently, they were out together on early morning. They see this big buck coming up, and he gives her the chance for the shot. They get it, and they're having this photo shoot afterwards, and he surprises her in the middle of the pictures being taken by proposing to her. And it was just kind of a very sweet story and a good proposal, and I just thought that was interesting. We meant to have a photo of that, but we've skipped over that. So let's see. I've got a lot.
I was waiting for the deer attack or something.
For the deer attack?
I was like, and then the deer attacked her.
We do have a deer. Not so much of an attack, but the deer that wandered into the elementary school.
Oh.
Did you see that? There is some video. I don't know if it's on YouTube or Facebook, but
yes,
there is some video, and it's actually from the body cam. They had to call in law enforcement to help them get this deer because he makes it into like a library or a classroom. He's scrambling over the shelves. They did get him out. They did snare him. They got him out. But it was quite the activity there in the school. Luckily, there were no students there. It appears to be an empty building at the time.
Maybe an afternoon or a weekend.
Yeah, I think it was at night. It looked kind of dark through the windows on the camera. I don't know how long the deer was there if he got there during daylight.
It was a deer on the prowl.
There is. And speaking of animals, the horse story, I think this was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sure you saw this. I think you shared it as well. I never really thought in my mind about how horses might travel across the country. It would be a long drive, but sometimes they might be on an airplane. And there was a flight that actually had to return back to the airport because the horse got loose. I mean, I guess it can happen. Poor thing, though. I'm sure it was Probably startled. It doesn't know what the airplane is doing.
Well, have you seen the photos and videos stuff of how they do that?
No.
Okay, so they're in stalls, but they're small stalls.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of time they'll put them in a small stall and they'll have hay or whatever for them to eat in there. And then there's at times they will, like some people that get nervous to fly, they may give them they may take a Xanax or whatever to fly. Sometimes they may or may not, give the horse a little something to relax on this flight.
Okay.
And they're in just these small boxes. Well, they're down in the cargo area of the plane. So what happened is when this horse got loose, he got out of his little box, and he's got some room to run around. So now you've got your, 1,500-pound horse running around. So now you got your baggage stuff moving. So your plane is kind of moving a little bit.
And I mean, I'm sure it's kind of dangerous for the horse too.
Just to be running around down there. So you also had to come back and put it back in. But they do just like when you have your Kentucky Derbies and all that stuff. The horses that come from overseas, the Europe and all that stuff, they fly them over.
Yeah. And I would like to mention this horse was unharmed. Had a medical checkup after they returned back to the airport. Everything was safe. And now thinking about the baggage makes me wonder if somebody's there at the luggage checkout at the end of their trip and there's just a hoof print right on the front of their suitcase.
That or they're like,
what's this? Well, yeah. Where does grass come from on my suitcase? This grass smells funny. But yeah, the horse was unharmed. Unlike the colt that I took yesterday to lose his huevos, he's feeling a little bit more like Tex today. If y'all want to know Tex, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. But anyway, he was here for many years, and he's in, 4th month or something of his cancer battle after his stage 4 testicular, getting those huevos removed. And he's been working on that stuff. The fun fact on this is, or not really a fun fact, maybe a weird fact, is, do you know, this may be a trivia question at some point. While he was in the hospital in McKinney, unable to work because he was battling cancer, his wife, who doesn't really work, served him divorce papers. So that's a fun fact, or not a fun fact. I don't know. But yeah, they still fighting his cancer stuff and going through divorce proceedings. So fun for all, right? All the way around. Speaking of not fun is stolen stuff. We got a couple of stolen things, stolen or missing. Let's go way up yonder first to South Dakota. About 200 head of missing / stolen cattle from Deer Lane in Martin, South Dakota. The Schultz Ranch LLC is offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to the recovery of these cattle. The owner states that if they're returned within 2 weeks, there will be no criminal charges filed, no questions asked, just bring the cows back. There is a image of the brand that is on these cows. Right there, it's kind of like an E. I don't think I've ever seen that on my coffee, but it looks like it's a YE. I'm not sure what it means, but that's the brand on them cows. Some of the cattle may have a left hip brand that's a L77. If you got any information on that, or you see something that looks similar to that, notify the Bennett County Sheriff's Office. That is in Martin, South Dakota. So keep an eye out for that, because you may find them somewhere at an auction house near you, because in Texas, the brand inspection process and stuff is a little different down here than it is when you get up north. So it's a lot easier for them to pass off stolen cattle in Texas than it would be up there. And while we're still dealing with the stolen cattle or missing, there's 10 head of Sem-Angus heifers that are missing. They got a Camp Stool brand on both hips. It's about 3 inches on the left hip. There's a little logo of that there. Texas Alberta Cattle Breeders Association is offering a $1,000 reward along with the owner's reward of $1,000, so you can pick up $2,000 for any information leading to the return of the missing heifers. They were last seen November 17th between Pryor Road and North 3906 Road at the owner's feedlot. Anybody with information on that, contact the Operation Cow Thief tip line and let somebody know, because somebody's seen them somewhere. If there's only 10 missing, more than likely, with the way that the weather is right now, there's not a lot of grass out there, so more than likely they found a soft spot in the fence, cross through, and eating grass next door. That's generally what happens when it's something like that. It's just a few of their cow group, as you mentioned earlier, the little cow groups. They grouped on out and went to go eat.
The gang.
Yep.
The gang went out for an adventure. Do they usually stay roughly together?
Yeah. They are herd animals, so they like to stay together. That's why a lot of times when people want to buy cattle and things, they're like, I just want to buy one. I bought this house out here in the country. I have 5 acres. I want to put a cow on it. I'm like, no, you need 2. Well, I just want 1. No, you need 2.
You need a best friend.
They need to be together, because if you don't, that cow is going to leave and it's going to find somewhere else to go, and it's probably going to be your neighbors. What do you got, Random?
Let's see what else we got. We have a robbery suspect that was caught by an anonymous tipster for interesting reason. So 3 suspects came in and they robbed a tobacco shop, but there's video, and one of the gentlemen had his trousers a little low, and you could see these brightly colored underwear. And an anonymous tipster recognized those, and I know that person, and turned in a name, and they were right. It was that person. They've now been arrested, and charges are being filed.
Did the tipster happen to have a snake, and maybe the guy ran out because he saw a snake and they noticed the underwear? That happens. Oh, that happens. Oh, what else happens is we talked about NFR stuff. We need to knock out the Lazy E Arena. The 10 richest days of rodeo is set to storm Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Lazy E in January. There will be over 300 athletes competing, and a collective $400,000 on the line. $42,000 is being paid out in each discipline, and each event champion leaving Guthrie, Oklahoma with a minimum of $15,000. So take a look at this to go pick up your tickets, and we'll come back and talk about boots. Is that Cisco? Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm.
The richest 10 days of rodeo in Oklahoma is coming, and it all starts with the WCRA Stampede at the E. January 3rd through 6th at Lazy E Arena. Feel the rush of the Stampede come alive with 200 of the world's toughest and fastest rodeo athletes competing for the $1 million Triple Crown of Rodeo. This is real rodeo. WCRA Stampede at the E. January 3rd through 6th. Tickets on sale now at lazye.com.
Oklahoma, get up there and walk on up there and get your tickets for that. Yep.
You ever order a deer dash? I cannot talk today. You've got me talking about deer earlier. Now that wants to come out in every sentence. Have you ever ordered DoorDash? Pretty common, right?
No, I don't think I have. No, I tried one time. We tried to order it one time. I never used DoorDash. Tried to order it one time when we were in Savannah, Georgia, and we downloaded the app. We tried to order something, and we ordered something from Arlington.
Oh no, too far away. I order it from every now and then, but I've never had this experience. One family they ordered their Taco Bell, and it was delivered, dropped off at their front porch. Before they could go out there and get it, a bear came up, grabbed the food, and went away with it. It was all caught on their Ring cam.
Was this in Cedar Springs?
Yes, I think that was the one.
Okay.
No one was really hurt, but the bear. The bear. The bear today is a mess. The bear came up, took their Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I would not have expected that if I ordered a Taco Bell.
So I wonder, okay, so if this bear, maybe named Tex, maybe not, if he goes and chows down this Taco Bell, do you think in about 10 minutes he's going to regret that decision?
I did see a note that he did come back for the drink. I didn't see that part of the ring video, but I know it was covered because I saw one clip where they come to get the Taco Bell. He leaves, area's clear, and then later on when the family comes out to say, oh no, he took the food, there's a spill on the ground from the drink. So at some point the bear came back and decided he was thirsty too and wanted to take a drink. He was thirsty?
All right, get him some Mountain Dew. That's what you drink when you eat Taco Bell?
Baja Blast?
Yeah, he got his Baja Blast. Oh man, could you just imagine that a bear just... I saw a video the other day of a guy fishing. And you see this, all of a sudden you see this guy running by this game camera, this big fish, and there's a big old bear chasing him.
Oh, no. So I'm just glad the bear wasn't out there while the DoorDash driver was delivering it. That would be terrifying.
They would be on their, I guess it's on an app. Where's my food? What happened to my food? Where's my food? I don't see it.
Well, they always send you a picture.
Yeah.
They would just have the bear in the picture. There's your food.
A bear.
But I gotta stop you right there, Randy. You didn't get the joke. You just like let that one go. He said, was it in Cedar Springs?
Uh-huh.
See, the bears, the neighborhood.
Oh, no, that one went right over my head.
That was too good of a joke to let that one go. It took me about 20 seconds, and then I was like, I know what you did.
Yeah, I didn't catch up on that one.
It happens. It happens. What else do we have? Oh, we got Cisco, Texas. We've got to get this knocked out. Months ago, I went to Cisco back in August, I believe. We went and we stayed at the original Hilton Hotel. It was called the Mobley, built in 1906 or 1906 or 1916, somewhere in there. She will tell you that. And it was the first ever Hilton Hotel, and from there is where his idea of being a banker his entire life turned into being a hotel guy and turned into the hotel mogul that you all know. And this is where it all started.
Hi, I'm Tammy Loran. I'm the executive director to the Conrad Hilton Center here in Cisco, Texas, and the museum curator as well. I want to tell you a little bit about how Conrad Hilton came to Cisco to buy the Conrad Hilton Center. In 1919, Conrad Hilton came to Cisco from New Mexico to buy a bank. At that particular year in 1919, we had 3 banks in town. One was for sale for $75,000. When he met with the owner of that bank, him and the owner got crossways. In fact, the owner told him if he still wanted the bank, it would now be $80,000. So it made Mr. Hilton mad, so he come here to the Mobley Hotel, which was built in 1916 by Henry Langford Mobley. When he got here, he asked for a room, and Mr. Mobley waited on him and told him he had no rooms to rent, that he was renting around the clock in 8-hour shifts to all the oil field men. When Mr. Mobley asked him if he still had a room, he said, well, come back in 8 hours. I might have someone not come back for their room. Of course, then Mr. Mobley asked him, are you in town for all the oil field business? And Mr. Hilton replied, no, I came to town to buy a bank, but I couldn't get the bank bought. So Mr. Mobley said, well, have you ever thought about owning a hotel? And, of course, Mr. Hilton told him no. And he said, well, it's for sale. And, of course, they struck up a conversation. He wanted to know what he wanted for it. And after a 3-hour discussion, they agreed on a price of $40,000. So he bought the bank in May of 1919 for $40,000. It was 32 rooms. He kept it for approximately 7 to 8 years, and in that same time period, he bought others, such as the Cactus in San Angelo, Texas. He bought one in Ballinger, Texas, Abilene, and El Paso. He never changed the original names of his hotels. They stayed the same. Then he built his first one in Dallas, which was the Statler. After he built his first one, he became known as the innkeeper to the world. And with that, he started building hotels all over the world and branding all of his hotels with his famous H for Hilton. After his passing in 1979, at the age of 92, this building that you see today fell on some hard times and then was restored back to a functional building in 1986 when it reopened as a community center. The Chamber of Commerce is housed in here, and of course the Conrad Hilton Museum is upstairs. During a time period in the 70s, this particular building was a nursing home. Other than that, we also understand that this building was for sale at one point for $5,000. Since then, it has been used as an attraction to the city of Cisco with visitors from all over the world, including just recently some people from Italy. If you want to travel to Cisco to see the Conrad Hilton Center, we are open 5 days a week from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4. We ask that a donation be made to keep the museum open. We are also open on Saturdays from 11 to 1. While you're in Cisco, go ahead and take advantage of some of the other great things that we have to offer, such as wineries, a brewery. We have a restaurant with a bar. We have, of course, at one time, the world's largest man-made swimming pool. We have hiking trails through our old zoo. Those are just to name a few things that we are known for. But probably one of our most famous is the Santa Claus bank robbery, which took place on December 23rd, 1927. At that particular time, we had 4 men, one was a local, robbed our First National Bank of Cisco, which is still standing today. The last lynching was one of the men that robbed the bank. That his name was Marshall Ratliff. He was the one that dressed up in a Santa Claus suit because he knew that all the locals would know him.
So yeah, when you want to go take a road trip West Texas way and check it out, go by Ranger Hill. You can see the new rest stop area they've got there, Ranger Hill. Because if you don't do a lot of traveling, you don't run across these, but I see these all the time. The new rest areas that they're putting in these different towns, when you go into the rest area, because they're called safe areas, whatever, because they have vending machines and bathrooms and places you can sit around there. And then they have whatever happened in that town, whether it was oil fields or whatever, they've got a bunch of historic stuff in all these. So on your way, make sure you stop in there and check it out on one side, because when you leave on the other side, it's a whole different setup of stuff to see, of the history of Ranger. But yes, this goes pretty good time checking that out. If you get out there, go check out the walking trails and walk around a little bit, but you may not want to walk in your boots. You may want to wear tennis shoes.
All right.
Whatever.
Yes. You got something? I
didn't touch it. I thought you had some boots.
I don't want to. I heard you were going to tell me about a cult.
Oh, I thought you had boots. Boots are made for walking. Christopher Walken said that. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a cult. I'm not in the cult. I don't think. I don't think I'm in the cult. I'm pretty sure that I'm not in the cult.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. Wait, what is that?
Oh, well, we can do that.
Yeah.
So
Are those in a cult?
This was a post. It was posted on Facebook. So far, I haven't seen any updates, so I don't know if there is one. There was an event. I think this was a week or two ago at Will Rogers. I'm not sure. But these boots by Way Out West Boots, William Miller, were just built. They're handmade. takes about 6 months to a year to get these finished up. They're custom made. They were for Michael Richardson. He's well known as a horse trainer. He also happens to be paraplegic, so that's why these boots were custom made for the equipment that he uses. So they really wouldn't be as great for anyone else, just because, again, they're custom made for him, his equipment, his needs, for when he needs to have those boots. Well, somehow in the hullabaloo, as the event was wrapping up, they were still in the box. Someone thinks maybe they got loaded up into the wrong truck, added to the wrong box. They got misplaced. And
could be.
They're still missing. So if you have any idea what happened to those, they are looking for where those boots might be. They just are looking to get the boots back.
Yeah, because they're not going to, if they're specifically made for, like on custom boots, they are custom made for specific feet. Yeah. And if you try to put them on, it's not going to be very comfortable. And it could be, like you say, there's a lot of stuff happens over there. There's a lot of people and a lot of things going on that somebody might have, because at those events, like they had the cutting, which was there, and there's a lot of horses there, there's people there, you have people that work for you, people work for somebody else that are out there helping everybody, and they could have been loading up and just, hey, somebody grabbed the box and they took off, and they haven't got home yet to realize what they've done.
Or it hasn't been very long. Maybe they haven't dug through all their equipment again just to check what was in there. There are going to be no questions asked. We're just looking for their return. There is a reward. I don't know what the reward is, but the notes here say that it does exceed the value of the boots. So they really just want the boots back. Yeah, because he's not going to wait 6 months to get his boots back. Was that a call? We got a call. We got a ring-a-ding-ding coming. You got a picture over there of the ring-a-ding-dinger? Okay. We got a call. Hello.
Sorry, guys.
Yep.
I'm driving through the middle.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Oh, no. I think we're losing you.
It's in the middle of nowhere. I was waiting on Blue's Clues to pop up. You got a call. I think we lost it.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think she lost signal again. Oh, no.
Maybe she's in the cult. We got a cult. Okay, so you're asking me if I was in a cult. I don't think so. I don't think I'm in a cult. Now, I've been to church a few times, so, I mean, it's a hit or miss on that, depending on where you go. But, as I normally do, watch a lot of random stuff on TV, I stumbled across this show called Love Has Won. And it is about the cult of Mother God. And she believed that she is the Mother God. And she goes from flipping burgers at McDonald's to becoming the leader of a cult. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, it's a crazy story. It's only 3 episodes. If you like watching random stuff, this is pretty random to watch. So take a look at this and see if this is something that you want to burn your eyes watching.
Tonight, how many people are in the house tonight now?
Mother is in rest. Okay, she has rested.
Amy Carlson. They called her Mother God.
Mother God.
This is Mother God.
She is the leader of an organization called Love Has Won. She has a divine plan to help humanity.
19 billion years old, reincarnated Jesus.
She was Joan of Arc, Cleopatra. She's God.
This is Mother God and the Earth Allies. You are not alone, and we love you.
I was struggling with addiction.
Rape, torture, abuse.
That puts you in a black hole that you just can't see light out of. I was able to see her true unconditional love.
She healed people.
It was enticing.
We are here to shine the light on truth, and together walk out of the prison of illusion.
Exit the Matrix.
She believed she was the Messiah for this age of humanity.
She was always training us, going on live streams every day.
We had to organize as a team.
Pumpkin spiced body butter.
Love Has Won essentials.
They found a way to monetize their operation.
More people wanted to come. That's when the drama started to kick off.
The one thing about Mom is that she was going to attract some of the worst beings on the planet.
What's your name?
Father of all creation.
We were born as conscious co-creation, as Father, Mother, God.
She said, "You're brilliant." I had never heard that phrase in my life pertaining to me. When God loves you, the pressure comes.
All this energy, it belongs to us. And if you're not in right action, you're out.
It eventually took her over.
All hell broke loose.
I've been going through some stuff.
This is my fucking house.
We are gonna give you guys the truth.
No! She drank a lot of colloidal silver.
It turns you blue. It's like, or does it? God's here! God is here!
Surrender!
I am God!
Sometimes creation looks a little messy.